My name is Michael Belton, and I am the Deputy Director of the Ramsey County Community Corrections Juvenile Division in St. Paul, Minnesota. I am here standing on the shoulders of my ancestors, and I speak in the name of our children. Racial and ethnic disparities in the juvenile justice system is the great human and civil rights question of the 21st century. And by disparities, I mean that youth of color are treated differently to white youth for the same offense. Unlike the 60s and the 70s, where the civil rights and equal justice struggles were played out in the streets, in the 21st century, the struggle for equal rights and justice will be decided in rooms just like this. Because this civil and human rights struggle is about us, people working in systems, working to respond to human needs in a more equitable and humane manner. Nationally, youth of color are overrepresented at every point of contact within the juvenile justice system. A 2006 survey of detention facilities within the United States showed that youth of color are significantly overrepresented. According to that count, when compared to white youth, black youth are more than 5 times more likely to be detained. Native American youth are nearly 4 times more likely to be detained, and Latino youth are more than twice as likely to be detained. Minnesota is home to some of the worst levels of disproportionality in the nation. Black youth are nearly 10 times more likely to be detained than white youth, and Latino youth are more than twice as likely to be detained. Members of the committee, one of the things that I want to leave you with is this. We have the tools to eliminate racial and ethnic disparities in our juvenile justice system. What we lack is the will. In Ramsey County, we know reducing the overrepresentation of youth of color in the juvenile justice system is possible, and we know that it takes intentional focus. To foster a positive impact on reducing disparities on the national stage, we support the reauthorization of JJDPA, and in particular, strengthening the provisions of the core protection around DMC. Currently, JJDPA requires states to address DMC without requiring concrete guidance. I submit that unless Congress strengthens this vague requirement, little progress will be made beyond admiring the problem. In our written testimony, we reference a number of things that local jurisdictions need. But right now, I want to leave you with these 3 things local jurisdictions require to crack the seemingly intransigent problem of DMC and racial and ethnic disparities. 1, leadership, local and congressional leadership. On a congressional level, your leadership through reauthorization and strengthening of DMC core requirements by giving states specific guidance and reducing DMC, such as analyzing key decision points to determine where disparities exist, collecting data, developing work plans, and publicly reporting efforts. Such leadership will set the tone for this work nationwide. 2, collaboration with impacted communities of color. These communities provide a sense of urgency, perspective, hidden knowledge, and wisdom and accountability. 3, data-driven policy and practice reform. Jurisdictions have to ask the questions, are we getting our money's worth with our juvenile justice dollars? And if not, what else do we need to do? And more importantly, underneath that question is one of fairness. Is what we are doing fair? Not what we intend, but our results. Ramsey County is in the middle stages of using the strategies above, but we have reduced daily average population in our detention center by 65% from 2005 to 2009. While Congress cannot legislate the will to reduce racial and ethnic disparities, it can formulate policies that will have an important and measurable impact. The federal government can provide the guidance around what it takes to do this work effectively. Strengthening of the DMC core requirement in the JJDPA is an important step to ensuring justice is administered fairly for all of our children, who come in contact with our juvenile justice systems. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.